Hi guys, Fat Pudding here. Welcome back to a GT7 race on Daily Races from last week. This one was recorded round Trial Mountain. I qualified 11th in the Mercedes GT3 and I'm just going to give you a little insight of what went on 11th on the grid, like I said. So I had a pretty decent start at the beginning. Tried to stay behind this guy called GBM in the Ferrari. So I did a couple of little different shots to make it a bit more watchable than the usual just normal front camera. So I took this one full speed. You can't take that corner full speed, but beginning of the race with the tyres being cold, you've got to be a bit more cautious. So up on the inside on this turn here, tried to get on the inside like Brit the mechanic, the English guy, but he ends up causing a massive incident. 3, 4, 5 cars abreast. Luckily got round that corner there without incident. And the guy on the left, this guy just ended up hitting me about 3 or 4 times, caused a massive incident. Don't know how I got through that, but I did. I was expecting to get a penalty. Anyway, up into the inside now, through the tunnel, still in 10th position behind the Ferrari. So I'm trying to close this guy down. I don't think I'm close enough in the slipstream to catch him, but just trying to get heat into the tyres, just trying to steady my pace, just get into a nice little rhythm. So as you can see, I'm only half a second behind him, so I am in his slipstream, but this track, with it being so windy as it is quite hard in the initial stages of the race to get close enough for an overtake. So down into the penultimate, well, second to last corner of the first lap, right behind him in 10th place, sorry. Just thinking about making the move on the inside, but just thought to stay behind him and see if I can get him on the start-finish line, because he's a bit erratic. I'm sure he was using a pad. Yeah, took a bit of a wide move there. Thought this was my chance. He pushed me a bit more towards the wall, as you can see. And the guy in 8th place in the Porsche, I think he had a penalty. So 4 cars abreast coming into lap 2. Got the Ferrari behind me. He's getting hit by that other guy who hit me in the first lap. If you remember that little outtake I did. So up into 8th place now, through the tunnel again, trying to stay out of trouble. As you can see, because it is quite difficult, especially with the cars all over the track. Those 2 guys in front, MK5 and Mirko, jostling. MK5 Angel, sorry, in the skyline. He's just been given a penalty. I think that was due to him hitting the wall or going off the track. And we've got the Porsche behind us in 9th place. So this guy's got a 2-second penalty. He decides to slow down. Don't know why, bit strange, but as you'll see in a minute, he ends up trying to overtake me again for some strange reason. So I don't know if he was having like a controller or an issue with his PC or console. Maybe the steering wheel wasn't working correctly. So up into 7th place at the moment, and I've got this guy behind me, the guy who had the penalty, starts hitting me again in the rear. And I've got the guy in the Porsche as well. So this guy pushes me wide. Coming up to the second last corner again. So 3 cars abreast. These 2 guys were both having penalties. I really don't understand why they're jostling, because they know they're going to be going backwards a bit when they go to the penalty system. Checkpoint. So up into 7th place now, going into lap 3, trying to get away from these 2 guys. With those 2 guys having penalties, then I think I've got a good chance to get into the podium positions. So currently done a 1:55.8 on the second lap, a lot quicker than me first, as you know, with all the incidents going on. So back under the tunnel again, trying to catch this Mirko guy. Not sure what car he's driving. trying to just keep it as clean as possible, not to hit the sides of the track, because that's where you do get your penalties. So just down a couple of tenths there. Coming up onto the back straight, trying to keep it as tight as I can on that corner, and pushing down through the tunnel on the back straight. Got maybe 2 seconds gap on the guy in 6th place, and there's a couple of guys just going around that corner, as you've just seen. They're jostling for positions. Hopefully they're going to be you know, maybe a little bit slower due to them fighting for 4th position. So I'm just trying to keep it tight on the apex, went a little bit wide there. Great car to drive though, the Mercedes. If you're ever interested in using this car, it is a very good car. Some guy's just got in the pit lane, not sure why that is, maybe he's got some damage. But this track didn't actually need to have a mandatory pit. So those cars have actually basically all got a lot closer due to them fighting. And I'm now up into 5th position. I think that was due to the fact that guy went in the pits. Now this guy in front of me, in the purple car, I think it's the Lexus, don't quote me on that, he got a penalty as well going into the final lap. So got a great opportunity here to get 4th place, hoping if he makes a mistake. But looking at the leaderboard at the beginning, this guy was a lot quicker than me on the grid. But if I can get into a slipstream, I've got a great opportunity. 3rd place is just in front of me there, as you can see. I think he's been fighting with the guy in front. So coming up onto the back section now, trying to get into the slipstream. But 500s down, he's hit the wall, he's got a penalty. So that's great for me, not good for him. So all I need to do then, my thinking was just to stay behind him, and if I can get close enough I'll make a move. If not, there's no point, because I've got him anyway, because he's going to get a 1.5 second penalty. So braking late on this wide left turn, trying to take it, excuse me, around the outside, trying to get to his slipstream, hoping maybe 3rd place might make another mistake. I think he could be in the Lamborghini. So coming round now to the last couple of corners on the last lap. I've got a 4th place here from 11th on the grid, which I honestly think it was a fantastic result for me. Trying to take it smooth, try not to spin out. Seems to suffer with a lot of traction on that corner, with it being so tight. I'm pushing through now. That guy's got a penalty, and that finishes me in 4th place. So guys, I hope you like this one. I do appreciate all your support. New videos will be coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now. Hi guys, Fat Pudding here. Welcome back to another episode of my channel. This one today is Forza Motorsport for a change. This race is around Hockenheim, full circuit. It's a 16-minute race in the Ferrari 488. It's stock tuned, so there's no tuning allowed. Just give you a little information on the track. And before I do that, I'll just tell you I actually qualified at the back of the grid. I didn't actually set a lap time in qualifying. I did some practice laps. So I'll just give you some information on the track. Hockenheim is a town in North Baden-Württemberg, Germany, 20 kilometers south of Mannheim and 10 kilometers west of Waldorf. It is located in the upper Rhine valley of the touristy routes Baden, asparagus route, my apologies, and Bertha Benz Memorial Route. The town is widely known for its Hockenheim Ring and motor racing course, hosted over 30 Formula 1 German Grand Prix races since 1970. So here we go, I'll just give you a little insight into the race. As I said before, qualified at the back of the grid, just got in into a little steady rhythm, as I always say, over braking in this turn here. Got the nice run back on the guy in fourth position called Bogus Planet up on the inside of him. So as I said before, a 16-minute race. I don't know why Forza have decided to do these duration races instead of just a normal, for example, a 5-lap or a 10-lap race. Quite strange for me to have timed events in a multiplayer lobby, but anyway, it may be something that they decided to change due to the original format of the races that they do, especially multiplayer races. All seem to be primarily focused around how many laps you do it on the track, not usually a timed race. But anyway, we'll go with that. So currently up into fourth position, coming around on the first lap. Now, one big mistake that I did make, I didn't take into account that pit stops would be needed. I didn't do enough research on the event information tab before I started the race. And as you can also see in the top right hand corner, because I have put a replay of the race as well, just trying to get my head around how the menu system works with the replays. A little bit more, I would say, a bit more clunky than the Gran Turismo replays. So Gran Turismo is definitely a better game for that type of, replay action that they do, with the not so much with the static cameras, but the the replay mode. So I was just basically messing about with the cameras anyway. Didn't seem to turn out too bad on my first attempt, because I've not done a replay race on Forza before. So anyway, back to the race, catching these two red Ferraris. These guys are podium positions. We've got a guy called Pat Luxer and Mustache. Now what I will say is, as I said originally, on the making the right decision on the tyres and the amount of fuel, I did put enough fuel in the race, but there is a little surprise that one of these guys does do in front of us that does surprise all of us when it comes towards the end, so I won't really spoil it for you. So just coming down onto lap 2, finishing off the second lap, I just thought if I could stay with maybe these two guys in front, because they are jostling for position with this guy called Close Fire, I could actually maybe capitalise, which you do on that little corner there, and move up into a podium position of third. Try to go around the outside of this Close Fur guy, but do run a little bit wide, so decide to get into his slipstream and maybe take him on the inside of turn 1, but this corner is quite tight, so I was just hoping that he wasn't going to rear end me, which he didn't. I did run a little bit wide there on turn 1, as you can see in the replay. I think I did actually get a little bit of a penalty there, as you can see in the top left hand corner. I think what it does is it puts you back, depending on what your penalty is, by the distance, not so much as the time limit, but the distance of how many miles you've done. So just coming back on a little bit more information about the track, I've just been looking. The full circuit is actually 2.84 miles, 4.57 kilometers, with a total of 16 turns. And also this track has had 10 variations since it was originally put onto the international scene in 1932. So the 2002 to date version of the track is actually included with 2.842 miles that I did actually say, and apologise if I did repeat myself. So we are coming into the stadium section now, which is Mobile 1 curve onto the Sash curve. I think we're still currently on lap 3. I think it's a total around about 8 laps. Coming round the Sash curve now onto the Sud curve. I do apologise for the pronunciation, because I presume it should be in German. Coming round, this is the Sud curve now, onto the start finish line. Mustache has still got a 3.8 lead. This is turn 1 called the Nord curve, and then we're coming round to the sharp right turn called Einfahrt Parabolica. So still got a 4-second lead on Mustache. Close Fur is about 2 seconds behind. He's actually catching me. I'm just trying to not freak out too much and just keep it calm. Coming round past Parabolica now up to the sharp right hander, which is called Spitzker. And then there's another stadium section just straight ahead of us, just past the in front of the helicopter there, as we pass this right hand turn. Another stadium section here in front of us, and then we're back round for this left hander. It's quite tight actually, using second gear, up into Mobile 1 curve, and then we're back round into the Sash curve again. That's basically all the names of the corners. Quite interesting information though, to be honest, with the different layouts this track has had over the coming up to nearly 90 years that it's actually been on the scene. A very popular track, if I do say so myself. As you can see, great spectators' views. So coming up onto this other lap now, tyre degradation is looking around, I would say 40%. The guy in P1 is pulling away every lap. Got over 5 seconds, nearly 6-second lead now. Just took that turn 1 a bit too tight. As you noticed in the replay, it did knock the cones over. I was actually waiting for the penalty, and if you do look up at the top there, I have got 0.003 mile penalty. So that I would think it does put you back distance wise at the end. So for example, if you had like maybe a mile penalty, it would put you back a mile on the track, and then it would formulate what position you would end up being as a result of that. That's my thinking of it anyway, but do let me know in the comments. And also guys, if you do like my content, do please consider subscribing and also hitting for that notification bell for when I do post my future videos. Currently, due to work commitments, I'm only been able to put out 1 a week at the moment, but hopefully if things do change, we'll be putting out more videos with new content, maybe a couple of times a week. All depends on life, you know how things are, especially as content creators. So coming up to the end of this lap now, still okay with the tyres, but I did notice, which will be coming up shortly, the way how quickly these tyres drop off. I am on the medium compound. Guy in third has dropped off a bit. I think he's struggling as well. And I also did notice the strategy of the other people racing didn't go in the same lap as me. I did actually make a big mistake. As you look again there on the graphic, the left-hand tyre or left-hand rear tyre is actually down to yellow now. So this is a part of the race where I do start struggling for grip. So basically it's all going to be down to what lap I decide to come into the pits. Should I change the tyres and a quick fuel? I need to basically decide on the strategy depending on how the car feels. So we're coming around the tight Spitzker here, up in towards the stadium section again. The guy in P1 has got nearly a 6-second lead. That seems to be staying about the same now, roughly around that. The guy in third has dropped off even more, a couple of seconds, and fourth place is down to 8.8 seconds. So those guys are pretty close to each other, so they're definitely fighting for third place. But didn't take into fact the other cars on the track and the strategy this would unfold. So you will actually find out very soon, and the way the car's feeling at the moment, we're starting to lose a bit of grip. As you can see, we are sliding about a bit more than usual. Try not to pushing it too hard. Needed to make the decision if it was going to stay out or not. P1 there, as you've just seen, missed the pit entry and he's hit the wall, so he has actually lost a bit of time. I'm coming up on my lap 7 now. I did actually think that I could do one more lap. But on my part, this was a strategic error, because it was the first time we're doing this race with this car and this track. I didn't really do enough homework on the best options. But anyway, I had to go with this for this lap, and hopefully the tyres would last the duration. So we're coming round. The good thing about this track, it isn't actually too big, so you know, we're not going to suffer, not lose too much time. But I kept looking at the graphic in the top left hand corner of how much P2 was catching me. If you did look up, you can see that I did have an 8-second lead. It's actually down to 7.5 seconds. Now this will considerably start dropping off now. Pretty much every corner I'm taking, you see the car is just fishtailing everywhere. My tyres now on the graphic, as I've just mentioned, I've hit the wall. I lost complete grip. They've dropped off so quick. There's no grip on them at all now. So I'm losing time. P2 is down to 4 seconds. I've lost another 3 just on those 2 turns. We're coming around the last couple of corners now. I've got to get the pit entry hopefully correctly, not go over any lines, may hopefully not get a penalty, because I know Gran Turismo can punish you severely if you miss any of these entries. So there you go. Pat Luxor's gone past me. He's up into P1 and I'm in the pits now for a change of tyres. I did decide to take another set of mediums. Maybe in hindsight I should have gone for the softs, but it wasn't aware that you needed to change to another compound. So as a safe bet, I just stuck it on another set of the mediums. So the Ferrari guys in and out quick as. I didn't actually short fill the fuel. I did check to see how much we had. We did have enough for another 2 laps, if not a few more. We're currently out on lap 8 now, coming out the pit entry, staying on the inside of the white line not to get any penalties, and we're in 4th place. We've got an 8-second gap between 3rd. I'm hoping one of those guys in front of me is going to pit, because my understanding is we haven't actually got much time left on the race. So currently lap 8 now, come up to Spitzker, sharp right hand turn, overshot there because the tyres haven't actually got up to temperatures yet. And as you can see in the video, I've got 2 cars following me closely, which is Wildman Willie 99, and I'm not sure what the other guy's called, but he's in a red Ferrari. These were the guys I was actually chasing at the beginning, I think, because a lot of the guys in the lobby were renting the vehicles, not buying them because they're over 300,000 credits, which I didn't have. Not played this game for 7 months because the first time when I bought it, it needed a lot of updates. That's why I've not really touched it since. So coming up on Depi 0110, we've caught him up from the last lap. That guy's definitely struggling for grip. Not sure what his strategy was, because he didn't go into the pits, he just carried on as is. So coming up to finish this lap onto lap 9, decided to take him on turn 1 by late on the brakes. He ended up braking a little bit later than me and running himself wide, so got that position back up into a podium position. Not actually sure if he interfered with the chasing 2 behind us, the 2 red Ferraris. So coming down that turn there, we've got a 1.9 second on close third. The guy's been chasing me since the very beginning of the race. Mustache is in second position, and if you've not noticed, Pat Luxor, the guy from the beginning of the race, he's actually got a 23-second lead, and I will explain the reasons for that. That guy started on the hard compound and has not pitted, which is in my book a great strategy if you can not fall too far back with the hard compound tyres, because I'm not sure how quick they are compared to the mediums. So this is basically coming up on lap 9 now. This is, as I'm aware, the last lap of the race. I've got a nice 2.5 second lead. So the race finishes pretty abruptly, as you've noticed, because it's not a duration of laps, it's a duration of time. So third place, up 5 positions from the back of the grid. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I hope I didn't rabble on too much. Definitely more content coming soon. Don't forget, if you do like my content, do please consider subscribing. I will post another video up in the corner for you right now to check out, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now. Hi guys, Fat Pudding here. Welcome back to another episode on my channel, Gran Turismo 7. This is another daily race at Laguna Seca. I qualified 7th on the grid. So I hope you enjoy this one, guys. This is the daily race one I did in the Genesis GR4 car, stock tune, no tune, because I'm not actually looked into doing that as yet, but I will do, hopefully get a bit more competitive by doing the tunes. So I'll give you a rundown, bit of voiceover of the race. So try to get straight into this guy's slipstream in 6th position, going up towards the Andretti hairpin. Just trying to keep it clean for the first couple of corners, get some heat into the tyres. Nearly hit him there, as you've seen. Got hit from the back and that guy in 8th place in that Ferrari. So up into turn 3, just get me braking markers right, keeping it smooth, make sure I don't lose a position. Same into turn 4, and then heading back up towards the back end of the track into turn 5. This is a tricky section, this coming up to this little under the bridge here. Don't run it too far, don't go too quick, otherwise you will miss out, go really wide, like that guy in 6th place did, that Chris. I think his name's Chris. So up towards the corkscrew now, turns 7, 8 and 8A as they call it. Keeping it tight behind him, looking for me chance. So that guy on the left ran a bit wide, Morris. I think that's an Italian flag. Do quote me if I'm wrong. So lost a bit of speed there, a bit of time. Coming around the last corner onto the main start-finish line. Looking for the opportunity to get on the inside of the Italian, but he's blocking me a bit, which is all fair. But he's keeping it wide, so to see if we can get up on the inside. He actually does the thing that I was going to do. He ends up hitting the guy in 5th place, Chris. I see the opportunity and I go for the move. Get 2 positions, up into 5th place. I then go towards the back end of the track now. Trying to catch up the Spanish guy in 4th position.